The show is getting pushed back to start dropping at like 5 p.m. no later than 8 p.m. Today's episode is kind of like just it's not a recap of any specific episode. I was watching My Wife and Kids, and I was sitting there like, damn, this show actually My Wife and Kids, it's not directly aimed towards kids and it's not directly aimed towards adults. It's kind of like for everyone. I wonder if he tried to reboot this show, if he would get everybody. Some people like, oh yeah, I watched the show, but then they'd be like, oh, I only seen a couple episodes. Then you didn't watch the show. But anywho, what it do, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Real Talk with Tay. I'm your host, Tay Nicole. And today's episode is kind of like just it's not a recap of any specific episode or anything. I kind of want to just talk a little bit about My Wife and Kids and also a few other TV shows that were like, I think underrated or not given they just do in flowers. But I was watching My Wife and Kids and I was sitting there like, damn, this show actually damn good. Like, I remember it as a kid being good, but like when I went back and watched it as an adult, it was even better. Like, some of the little jokes that they said that you didn't catch right off, when you catch them as an adult, like, you can understand and connect with it better, right? But what was funny was, I never noticed how many times Michael Kyle made like sex reference jokes. I never caught that at first. He was making hella jokes about it, and it's like it's weird because you would think because the TV show is, I feel like it's the only not the only. It's one of the shows that's not directly aimed towards kids nor directly aimed towards adults. That sound about right to you? My Wife and Kids, it's not directly aimed towards kids and it's not directly aimed towards adults. It's kind of like for everyone. But I think the coolest thing about the show is like the family dynamic of it, because like a lot of shows in that era was trying to paint either a picture perfect family or a fully jacked up family. And with like this show or his show, My Wife and Kids, Damon Wayans, My Wife and Kids, it was like you got to see the full umbrella, the ups, the downs, the in the middles, the drama, the fiascos, the way to rekindle, the real aspects of a marriage in relationships, and then also like how real life parents would react to some of their kids' craziness. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing that was so funny is if you watch the show, you will notice how many times everybody either damn near broke character or did break character and was in there cracking up low key. Especially when Junior was getting smacked in the back of the head by their daddy. He was slapping the shit out of Junior in the back of his head. I was like, I hope I got paid extra for every slap. Like, could you imagine getting paid an extra 1,000 every time he slaps you and he just constantly slapped the hell out of you on purpose every time? I know that, yeah, that was funny. But no, the thing about My Wife and Kids though is it only got 5 seasons, and I don't know if that was by choice. Let me see. Why did My Wife and Kids end? I don't know who the hell me is. Oh, it said that the ratings fell and it was a lot of competition with American Idol. So why not just change the airtime? Yeah, why not just, I wonder if he tried to reboot this show, if he would get everybody back. But I don't know. I don't know if the show really, because I feel like the first 2 seasons were a little rocky though. I'm not gonna lie, the first 2 seasons was a little rocky, but it was still like comedic wise was still good. I feel like the storyline progressed and got better over time. So I'm not sure how the ratings fell out, but then again, I don't work in network television, so I don't know what caused the numbers to fall or if they really did fall. Because a lot of times they say the numbers fall and they don't. They just want to cancel your shit and get it off of air. You know. Just just saying. But I mean, it got 5 seasons. I think that that's one of the shows that a lot of people didn't watch in my era for some reason. Like me and my siblings definitely watched My Wife and Kids, but I know it's a lot of people I grew up with never really watched it. Like when I say watched it, I mean like seen some episodes of season one, two, three, four, like seen like at least over half of each season they watched. Some people like, oh yeah, I watched the show, but then they be like, oh, I only seen a couple episodes. Then you didn't watch the show, motherfucker. But then this thing too, not even with just My Wife and Kids. Let me go to this comment here. I wanted to read this comment real quick because Mr. Bellamy had gave like a long list of shows he never watched all the way through. The Cosby Show, the Steve Harvey Show, the Jamie Foxx Show, Malcolm and Eddie. And I'm gonna just go on record and say I never actually watched Malcolm and Eddie. I knew they had a show together, but I actually never watched Malcolm and Eddie. Never. Never watched that show. Smart Guy, seen a couple episodes of it, never watched it. Girlfriends, as an adult, I just watched that from front to back all the way through. Like a little while back. He said he also never watched My Wife and Kids all the way through. And now that I think about it, I probably missed a few episodes of each season, so I never really watched it technically all the way through, but I did watch it good enough to remember like a lot of good stuff. Like the Cat Williams scenes, hilarious. I own your big head. I own you. I own you when you're dead. I own you when you sleep. I own your big head. I own you. What was his name, bro? It was Bobby something. Oh man, what was his name? God dang it, hold on, because I gotta remember his name. That shit was funny. I own you, big head. I own you. What was funny about it though is like the cameos from literally Wayne's family members. Like his son, Damon Wayans Jr. was in the show. His brother Keenan Ivory Wayans was in the show. Um, I think who else made a cameo in the Wayans family? I think it was just them two, low key. Cause I don't remember nobody else. And why is Steve Harvey's name Steve in every show he in damn near? His name was Steve in this show. He made a couple guest appearances on the episodes. So did Jillian Waters. I remember her saying that she played, and that's Michael Jai White's wife. So I think her name is Jillian White now. But anyway, I noticed she made a lot of cameo appearances in music videos and maybe a scene or two in TV shows and shit. And I'm like, I've never seen her continuously like in a leading role on a TV show. I don't even think I've seen her in a leading role in a movie for real. I think that's something I want to see so I can see like her range of acting. Like her play like a uh, mm, something real dramatic. Something real dramatic. Oh, I forgot about Cat Williams. I was trying to remember what his name was on the show. I think it was Bobby. Yep, Bobby Shaw. It was Bobby Shaw. Anyway, but back to Mr. Bellamy's list, because he had some things on here too that I never watched all the way through. The Hughleys, never watched it all the way through. Evie Eve, how you do that? Evie Eve, how you do that? I think I watched that show almost all the way through. I've never heard of For Your Love, so I don't know much about that one. 101, I watched that all the way through. Half and Half, watched that all the way through, because me and my mama used to watch episode after episode together. Um, I've never actually watched Blackish all the way through. I've never seen Grownish, not one episode of Grownish. In the House, never watched that. Soul Man, never watched that. The Neighborhood, never watched that. Now he said the shows he thinks that are underrated is The Rock, Parenthood. Parenthood is underrated. That is an underrated show. Because a lot of people don't even know what Parenthood is or anything about it for real. I think that is an underrated show. And to me, I feel like black shows is always like unfortunately getting underrated. And I don't know if it's just because the marketing strategy is different for their shows, or I don't know. I don't even know. Babe, you can come on. I ain't worried about these people. They either gonna tune in or they gonna tune out. You dig me? That's all right if you gotta, move around. Bippity boop bop. They probably won't even hear you, except for when you walk past. Cause when you walk by every night. No? Okay. You know what's funny? Hold on, y'all. So I was talking to Jordan today on the phone, and I was telling her the nicknames everybody got for her. So I told her your nickname, and she just bust out laughing and start singing that. Not singing that, but start saying, "Push the damn button." I was cracking. I said, "That's funny," because he said when she get older, he gonna teach her how to say that. She said, "He's a fool." I was like, "Yeah, that shit's funny. Push the damn button." But anyway, I just wanted to bring up that list because he had an extensive list of some good shows, and I don't know. I feel like our black shows don't really get enough credit for how good they were. Cause I feel like the black community don't talk about these shows, like a lot of our good shows, as often. Like, and then like I don't know what it is, but I feel like current days parents, like people my age and up, why y'all not showing y'all kids the TV shows we grew up on? Huh? If it was good enough for you, it's good enough for them. We should be. Why these shows are still on air and still, capable to be watched on streaming networks? Why y'all not showing them these TV shows? The Cosby Show, I think, is the only black show that got the credit it deserved. I don't even feel like The Fresh Prince, Martin Living Single, 227, My Wife and Kids, um, Good Times. Uh, my brain made me take a Sanford and Son. It's a lot of black TV shows I feel like that I grew up on that just people be like, oh, I never watched it. I heard of it, but never watched it. Or I never heard of that. What is that? But I got some shows I never heard of too. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. I got some shows I never heard of. Out of his entire list, I had just one show I never really heard of. But why do you think that is? Why do you think that these shows are so like not supported? Do you think it's true though? Because I don't really think that it's true that these shows wasn't getting the support or the views. I feel like I don't know how they would know what demographic was watching it. Like, do they have a way to determine what demographic was watching the show? I always wondered that. If you know the answer to that, put it in the comments because I'm curious if they have a way to tell what demographic was watching the show because I don't know if they do. And by you, if you never mind, if you don't know what I mean by that, then don't comment at all. I wonder if they don't. I'm assuming they count views from all over the world, like for your ratings, right? Wherever your show is eligible to be broadcast, I'm assuming that's where they count the ratings for. So maybe these shows are doing good in the US but not doing good in other countries and stuff. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But also some of these countries ban some of our black TV shows probably was banned in certain countries for a long time because now people are watching the shows that we grew up on. Like now people are watching them. Because I had it's not really a show, it's more like a few episodes, Eat, Love, and Slay, where the London chick had made a comment about her her first exposure to Black America was through The Wire. And I'm like, well, The Wire ended years ago. So if you just now watching that, you probably ain't seen nothing else black then. If that was your first exposure to Black America, I don't know. I don't know. That's why I said this episode is just gonna be random as hell. It's not really geared towards anything in particular. It's just more so trying to understand why our black networks and black TV, not networks, I'm sorry, black television shows didn't get the proper support on the networking. Because, like, growing up, and maybe I could be stretching the truth a little bit, but growing up, I don't really remember seeing um, preview clips or commercial clips of these TV shows. Like, for example, the show that not Twilight. What's the name of that damn show with the two brothers? Supernatural. Anytime you watch, now I get it, it's two different networks, but anytime Supernatural was to air, that whole day they're dropping like snippets of whatever episode you're getting ready to see or what you seen last week. They're dropping little snippets and stuff like that for you to see in commercials and stuff, or whatever case may be. But I noticed with the black TV shows, I never seen them do that. You ever see them do that before? Like have little snippets of the episode you're getting ready to see pop up after a commercial or before a commercial, or advertise the show. You ever see them doing it with black TV shows? What about TV shows in general? You don't remember? I don't know. I remember seeing stuff like Supernatural and then Prison Break. But I know that's later on in the 2000s. But when our Prison Break, I think, came out around the same time my wife and kids did, or a couple years later. But the point is, like, I feel like nowadays we got social media, so dropping snippets of the TV shows is a common thing. But I feel like people didn't know a lot or didn't know that these TV shows existed because the companies weren't pushing these shows like they're pushing these other shows. Like everybody knew about Grey's Anatomy. I ain't met not one person that don't know about Grey's Anatomy or General Hospital. Well, it's some people that don't know nothing about that because they're younger. But Twilight, it was put like what I'm saying, like so many different TV shows that I've never watched, but I've heard the name of because they were pushed. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll see a preview or a clip saying this episode, this TV show is coming up next or something like that. But I don't ever really recall seeing any of the black shows pop up on there. I could be wrong. I might be wrong. I don't know. I'm only 30, 31 years old, so I could be wrong. I don't know. But um, before I close this episode out, because like I said, this is really just me getting on here rambling, just to ramble. Um, any suggestions that you guys have for TV episodes, and or if you want me to do a movie, because I still will do movies every blue moon. I'll still do a movie. I don't know. Like I like doing the TV shows and stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I really kind of enjoy doing the movies more than the TV shows now. Cause like with the TV shows, it's like I can recap either the entire season or just one episode and then give my opinion just like I did with the movie. But something about recapping or reciting a movie is so intriguing to me. But I'm still gonna do the TV shows. I'm still gonna reach 60 episodes of TV shows with Tay before it goes on a hiatus, and then I bring out movies with Tay. But however, I could still do a movies with Tay episode. I still can. It'll just be in the season 2 folder, but I could still do one. I could definitely still do one if you guys want to see one. But in the meantime, drop in the comments what episode or TV show you want me to talk about, or watch, or if you just want to have a genuine conversation with me, let me know. We can also do it live. I can schedule a live and we can talk live together and maybe watch a TV show together. I don't know. They probably might flag my live for that. Never mind. We can probably do it on my TikTok maybe. But what was I gonna say? Oh, I also been watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I used to be against that reality TV show shit, especially after Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I was kind of against it, but I ain't gonna lie. These old hags got me in a chokehold because they are too funny on this show. They are too funny and too messy. I had started Married to Medicine, I think is what it's called, but I fell asleep on that shit, so I don't even know what episode I fell asleep on. Couldn't tell. I don't even think I made it past the first episode. Actually, I think I was out like a light. The weeds just killed me. I think I was out like a light by the time the first episode got ready to end. Yeah, I gotta watch that when I'm not tired, cause I was knocked the fuck out. But Either way, go. Oh, and then also the show is getting pushed back to start dropping at like 5 p.m. no later than 8 p.m. Just so y'all aware. Dropping them at 8 a.m. was cool and everything, but sometimes I don't feel like editing on Wednesdays or Thursdays to get them, dropped at 8 a.m. And sometimes I want to just edit in a Friday morning, or I don't. The point is, sometimes I just be tired, man. Sometimes I be tired. I be mucked and tired. You heard me? So the show's going back to dropping at 5 p.m. I do still need to update the Spotify so it can update the iTunes. I know that I'm behind on that. Ain't gotta tell me. I know I'm behind. I'll get that updated this weekend, so all the episodes will be concurrent and updated. And I know Spotify and iTunes is out of order because episode 16, I think, is out of order. I think it's after 18. I don't know how that happened. I know. But yeah, it's going back to 5 p.m. because I don't know. I don't really want to keep doing 8 a.m. It's too much. Plus, it's saturated at 5 a.m., 8 a.m. I mean, at 8 a.m. I went to my YouTube channel and noticed everybody drops their shit at like 8 a.m. That's just saturated. And to me, I think that's why my content really hasn't been getting the proper reviews, is because it's getting dropped at 8 a.m. when everybody else is, and I'm fighting for the algorithm to see me. And since I'm so new into the YouTube world and still, trying to, and I took a break, a good mental break. Um, so I don't know. But the best way to keep me floating in algorithms is to start sharing, commenting, and liking um, my work to the public, to your friends, to your family now. Tell them all they gotta do is watch 3 to 5 minutes of the video, like it, comment, and share, and tell the next person to watch 3 to 5 minutes of the video. And it's you don't have to watch the whole video. You know, I know the movies will tell you used to get broken down into segments, and you could just click which segments you wanted to watch. The recap, whatever. TV shows will tell you, since it's so short, it doesn't really get that segment breakdown like that. I mean, I might go back to doing segment breakdowns just so you can kind of skip past random shit if you want to, but either way it go, it's going back to 5 p.m. If you want to help me boost the channel and get more people engaged and whatnot, like, comment, share, and watch at least 5 minutes of the video. Don't skip nothing. Or if you want to fast forward a little bit and then watch like 3 to 5 minutes of that, that's fine. But that's all you gotta do is watch 3 to 5 minutes of the video and share and comment and like. In the meantime, in between time, I have been your host, and yes, I'm a little tired. So if it seems dry, I apologize. But I'll bring back some energy next week. Next week we're gonna have some energy when we doing this review. Anyway, um, it's been good in the hood. I appreciate everybody who's still been rocking with me. Like I said, whether it's for the Black History or for the Real Talk with Tay TV show edition or movie edition, I appreciate it either way it go. In the meantime, in between time, check your feet. Watch where you stepping. No, just playing. Peace out. Peace out. Watch your feet. I should hit him with that happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I hope y'all tuning in to a happy Friday. Hey, happy Friday. Happy Friday. I say happy Friday. Happy Friday. I say happy Friday. Happy Friday. I hope y'all tuning in to a happy Friday. Peace out.